Hi, welcome to Forex in 4. I'm Mike Conlon for FXEDU, and in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to show you the highlights of where the action is in today's Forex market. So let's get started.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, November 2nd, 2010. This morning I'm talking about throw the bums out. Today's election day here in the U.S., and it's expected to dramatically change the political landscape here. Now, I usually try to avoid politics. To be honest with you, I really can't stand politicians at all. But the fact that they, actually, set the climate for economic policy and actually make economic policy makes them, unfortunately, a necessity in this country, which, it's a shame because the majority of these people have no economic background whatsoever. They just, have a nice smile. They have sociopathic tendencies, which normally allow them to get elected. Well, anyway, today we're going to have a little bit of a change going on here. It's expected that the Republicans are going to pick up some houses some seats in the Congress, which is hopefully going to throw up a little bit of political gridlock and stop the madness that we've seen so far. Because right now the two major issues that we're facing in this country are increased government spending and unfriendly business climate. All right, that's left us with a stagnating economy and also with very high unemployment. Now, this brings about, Bernanke. He enters the equation here, okay, because what he's seeing going forward is that he's not going to get any more fiscal stimulus going on here. So he's thinking that, well, if I'm not going to get any fiscal stimulus, maybe I'll just, try monetary stimulus, and that's the way to go. Well, unfortunately, I don't think that's going to work because flooding the economy with extra dollars right now isn't the problem. The problem is that there's lack of demand because, you don't have businesses expanding, you don't have businesses hiring, okay, because of uncertain climate out there, okay. So the idea that he wants to try and get the economy jump started again, come back with some inflation to try and inflate our massive debt away, it's a little bit misguided because what's really happening right now is that the only inflation that we're seeing is in the necessities, things that people need, namely energy and food. All right, so it doesn't matter who you are, you need some form of energy and some sort of food. All right, and we're also exporting that inflation to other economies around the globe. Now, we talk about hot money, which, flows into some of these emerging economies that, seemingly have much more room for growth because right now, the growth story is not here in the U.S., it's abroad. And this sentiment wasn't lost in Australia overnight. The RBA actually unexpectedly raised interest rates to 4.75%. I just want to take a look here at Aussie on the chart. Let's look at it on the 2-hour. If you're looking at the levels here, yes, Aussie is above parity with USD, which means it's a stronger currency now. And, they're realizing that, hey, if this QE2 thing goes through tomorrow, okay, we're going to see a lot of inflation here in Australia. So let's get ahead of the curve. Let's, try and put a halt to that before it actually happens. So while the elections here today are important, I don't think it's going to be as important as tomorrow's FOMC, where Bernanke is expected to launch QE2. Now, the only question is what's the size of that going to be? There's a lot of speculation in the market. One consensus seems to be that it's going to be around $500 billion. Nobody's really quite sure what it's going to be. But I think between, tomorrow is going to be an interesting day between the results of the elections and then the expectations leading up into the FOMC, as well as, how the different markets open and close, how traders position themselves for overnight trading. So in any event, with the expected QE2 launch tomorrow, we've got dollar weakness in the market. We have obvious Aussie strength because of that rate hike. I'm going to just show you some other ones real quick here. Euro's back up above 140. I just want to show you in the daily chart. It looks like Euro could be setting up for a little bit of a push higher here, maybe back up to the 145 level pretty soon. As you can see here, it was at about 150 before it started its decline in 2010, bounced off the June lows. Just want to show you pound. Pound is just flipped to slightly higher, but it was lower. All right, you can see here that pound also came down to the June lows, but it's retraced a little bit more of its let's move here versus euro. Now, in the eurozone, they had better than expected PMI figures, so they've actually been benefiting from a lower priced euro. And it looks like in the UK they had less than expected PMI figures. So the pound strength that we've seen, or the greater pullback, has actually affected their PMI a little bit. But they're going to be going through austerity measures, so perhaps they're looking for a weaker pound to support some of the exports. And if they can do it without having to ease themselves, hey, that's going to be pretty good. So those are the two scenarios we're looking at here. You can see classic risk taking. Yen is weaker across the board. I'll show you, but it's still trading an 80 handle versus USD. So we've got Aussie higher, Kiwi higher. We've got the where's it, Loonie? Looney's higher as well. We've got oil trading up looks like an 84 handle right now, which falls in line with the inflation expectations that we're talking about. So, with all of this talk of QE2 and dollar weakness, is there a scenario under which the dollar could strengthen? Well, yeah, I think there is, but you got to take it all in context. I mean, if you think about it from this point, the build up to this announcement was so great that the Fed has to take some sort of action. All right, otherwise their credibility would be completely shot. All right, they had ample opportunity to talk down the threat of QE2 in the same manner in which they talked it up, but you know what? They didn't do that. So, it's something's going to happen, all right? But it's possible that QE2 is already baked into the value and the price of the dollar, and that tomorrow's going to be kind of sell the news sort of day. And when I say sell the news, I mean sell some of the other markets, buy dollar. So while the market would be disappointed if QE2 is smaller than expected, I think there's going to be a general sigh of relief. I mean, nobody's really saying, oh, this is great policy. We're loving this. It's just that, okay, people have accepted it as inevitable. Now, how do we make money off of it? And how do we protect ourselves? So that's sort of what's been happening with QE2. But let's face it, the wheels are already in motion. The ship's already sailed, and whether Bernanke launched it or not, it doesn't matter. We're already moving in that direction. All right, now whether he decides to step on the gas or not, that's another question. Because, when I think of human nature, I'm not sure as I want to, go down in history as the guy who piloted the ship into the iceberg. Everybody knows, who was piloting the ship, but nobody knows who the navigator was, the guy who put him on that course. So maybe he's not going to go as big as everybody's thinking, and that we could get a little bit of a sell-off, some dollar strength. I don't think it's going to be enough, though, to, move the markets greatly, okay? As we seem to be, at decent levels right now, although, a little bit to the high side. So while I have no specific, reasoning to say to myself, yeah, I think there's going to be dollar strength, and I'm looking around on the charts and I have no technical reasoning, all right, my gut's telling me that somehow we could see some dollar strength tomorrow. And you know what? Sometimes that's enough, just to listen to your gut. So regardless of what happens tomorrow, trade very cautiously when you're out there. I mean, I think we're going to see some intense volatility, the likes of which you may never have seen before. So, today we've got the risk taking. I think we're going to continue to see dollar weakness going into this meeting, and tomorrow morning when the results of the elections come out, and then going up to FOMC, we're going to see a lot of volatility. So that's what I've got for today, folks. Good trading to all.
As always, be sure to check out the written blog at www.fxedu.com to get complete coverage of today's Forex market. If you would like to learn more about how to trade the Forex market from professionals like myself, be sure to check out our affordable Forex trading courses. And if you're already a seasoned professional or aspire to be one, ask us how we can help you achieve your Forex goals. Go to www.fxedu.com to get started today.